Pope Francis dies today. It is with deep sadness that I must tell you that our Holy Father, Pope Francis, is dead. This is not a joke. The Pope is no longer with us. He died today in the Vatican at the age of 88. I know that many of you are shocked and saddened by this news, just as I am. But it's important to remember that the Pope has been very ill for some time now. For the past few months, he's been struggling with a serious respiratory infection, and his health has been deteriorating rapidly. Just a few days ago, he was admitted to the hospital for what was supposed to be a routine checkup. But it soon became clear that he was in much worse condition than anyone had realized. He was suffering from heart trouble, low blood pressure, and difficulty breathing. And after several tests, it was discovered that he also had a tumor the size of a football in his abdomen. It was clear that he would never recover, and so today, April, at around 10 a.m., His Holiness Pope Francis died, surrounded by his closest friends and advisors. The news of his death was announced to the world just a few minutes ago by the Vatican spokesman, Matteo Bruni, who said, "In the early hours of this morning, Saturday, April, in the Vatican, His Holiness Pope Francis died in the Apostolic Palace at the age of 84. His body will be veiled in the next few days in the Vatican until the funeral, the date of which will be announced later." Now, as you can imagine, the entire Catholic Church is in shock right now. We are grieving the loss of our leader, our shepherd, our father. But we are also grateful for the life he lived, the example he set, and the legacy he leaves behind. Pope Francis was elected as the 266th Pope on March 13, 2013, before his papacy, was known as Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio, and served as the Archbishop of Buenos Aires in Argentina. From the moment he was elected, it was clear that this was going to be a different kind of pope. He chose the name Francis in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of ecology, peace, and those who care for the sick. And from then on, he dedicated his life to serving the Church and the world in an exemplary way. He traveled to more countries than any other pope before him, including visiting every continent except Antarctica. He reached out to those who were far away from the Church, including meeting with people of other faiths, prisoners, the sick, and the poor. He was known for his humility, his simplicity, and his dedication to social justice. He spoke out against inequality, climate change, and war, and he worked tirelessly to help those who were suffering. Perhaps most importantly, he reminded us of the true meaning of faith. In a world that often seems dark and hopeless, he showed us that there is always light to be found, if we only open our hearts to it. But, like all popes before him, his papacy was not without its challenges. In recent years, he has faced criticism from within the Church for being too lenient on issues such as homosexuality and divorce. But he remained steadfast in his belief that the Church should be a place of mercy and forgiveness, not condemnation and exclusion. Now, I know that not everyone agrees with everything that Pope Francis has said or done, but one thing we can all agree on is that he was a man who dedicated his life to serving others. He was a true servant of God and an inspiration to all of us. So today, as we mourn the loss of our beloved Pope, let us also celebrate the life he lived and the legacy he leaves behind. Let us pray for the repose of his soul and for the consolation of those who are grieving. And let us strive to follow in his footsteps by serving others and spreading the message of love and peace that he so tirelessly proclaimed. Thank you.